Hello everyone, this is Slaviko and welcome to another Fly for Fun video. So yes, I'm back to Fly for Fun. It's been almost 2 years that I haven't posted anything Fly for Fun related, but I'm back. I posted my first video almost 2 weeks ago. Long story short, I missed the game and I missed the community and I missed all of my Flyff friends, and I decided to come back. And the cool thing is, I received so many Discord messages, in-game messages about, "Whoa, you're back," and I was just, my mind was just blown. I wasn't expecting to receive so much love of, how to explain it? It's like, I received so much love coming back. That was awesome, and I appreciate all of you for all this awesome love. So, which brings me for this video. I wanted to do something different than, oh look, another damage video or a tower siege video. I wanted to do a video about my top 5 best Fly for Fun memories. Yeah, top 5 best Fly for Fun memories. I think it's a cool idea to share what are my favorite things that I did in the game. So yeah, let's start. At number 5, we have the Time Attack US Regional event. This was basically the biggest Flyff event I did in the whole time playing Fly for Fun for 14 or 15 years. Long story short, it's like all the servers were competing who is like has the best players and who's the greatest server, right? So I remember me and my guild Ice, we were going over, okay, so we need to do a Coliseum run and post it, and that's how you get part of the event. And we just did like a practice run with no CS or anything, and we just achieved an insane time. And I remember other players from other servers were like, "What? That's just a practice run?" And that was funny because people were actually trying hardcore to beat our time during that event, and that's just was it was insane and it was really fun. And eventually we did the whole Time Attack event, which took multiple days, and we got second place. That was, we almost I don't remember which server won. I think it was Lycan. I think it was Tanuki versus Lycan. But we got second place. We lost by a few seconds, but that was a really, really, really fun event. I really enjoyed it, and I hope Flyff, Bora, whatever, can do more events like that, because that event brought a lot of players together, because it's a server versus server. It's teamwork based, and that was really fun. So at number 4, we have one of the coolest people in the game, in my opinion. GXP Rage is one of the coolest players in the game, period. And we are now like best friends forever. But when we first started, knowing each other, it wasn't the case like this. We were fighting a lot. And I think I have a record with how much fighting I had with Mr. James. I don't remember exactly how all that happened, but I think it was something to do with Guild Siege. We combined our guilds back then into one sieging guild, but I never really wanted to siege, and he did, so we always had to cancel last second and stuff like that. Eventually it just turned into big fight, and we were fighting for many years. But it's kind of funny to look back and remember all these silly things, but we talked about things, and ever since we became like best friends forever, and we siege so many times. Personally, now I like to siege and do PvP, fight other players. Back then I really didn't care for it. But James is a really important person for me, and it's a good thing that that fight taught me a lot of things. Plus, knowing him in a personal level made me a way better player than I am now, than I was back then. And yeah, James and I are still like best friends, and he's also one of the reasons I decided to come back to the game, because I miss spending time with him. But Yep, so that's the story of me and JXB Rage. Number 3, we have my personal highest damage. So I think at least I established myself as someone who likes to post high damage videos. That's at least what people keep telling me. It's like, that's what you do. But I just do it for the fun. I decided a bit before I quit to do my, okay, what if I'll take all the CS that I have, all the resources, and I'll try to do the highest damage possible. And back then it was the 172 boss in Mars Mind. Mars Mind. And I remember someone before me did like 29 million on the boss. And that was pretty sick damage back then, especially the boss has like so much defense. And I just wanted to try it out, see what I can hit. And I remember I got a party, I got all the CS, and just went full out on the boss, and I was hitting like, if I remember right, it was like 45 or 49 million, and back then it was the highest damage dealt on that boss, and that was like a whoa moment for me. So another awesome fly for fun moment that will just stay with me. Of course, people nowadays one-shotting it, but it doesn't matter, it still was an achievement for me, and now I'm really happy about it. Number 2, we have the moment that I joined my dream guild. I remember back in the day when I was just, basically a regular player. I saw the guild Ice and I was like, those guys are the coolest players ever, and I heard wild stories about Ice. But no, I was just like a mercenary level 60 something. I'm talking about like, what, 10 years ago? And I always wanted to join ICE, and eventually, I think that was August of 2016 that I actually joined ICE. I applied because I saw 2 of the members sending in flares, and that's after I haven't seen any ICE members for many years. I'm like, hey guys, you're coming back, and they're like, yeah, we're actually coming back and recruiting. It's like, I would like, okay, what do I do? How do I sign up? And the first person I talked to was Cupid, which is Dante, and he did an interview for me. It's funny doing an interview in a game, but no, ICE is still an epic guild. And we were just chatting, and it was like, after like 10-15 minutes, we were just talking. He's like, okay, so we're doing the interview, or we're gonna ask me the important questions? Like, oh no, you got the job. I was just enjoying talking to you. But you know what? You can go talk to the other Kingpin, which leads me to second part of ICE have a lot of nice people. Like, one of the best players, nicest people I've met in Fly for Fun. And Dante was the one who introduced me to Blueberry, which also was a Kingpin in ICE, and she was just such a sweetheart. One of the nicest people in the game. Unfortunately, she passed away a few years ago, which sucks. But, well, she's still in the guild, her character at least is, and now I'm still in ICE, and we're trying to keep ICE still going till this day now. It's kind of amazing to look back and see how old the guild is, and I've been in ICE since 2016 till this day, and it's just one of those moments. Yeah, so that's my story with joining ICE. And number 1. Honestly, all the previous 4 were not in any special order, just the way I wrote it down, but no, this one is the number 1 best memory that will always be there for me. One day I was looking for unbinds, and I asked a friend of mine, hey, can you keep an eye on if you see any unbinds? And I went to sleep. Around 3 a.m. he texted me. He's like, hey Slava, there's a player here that sells unbinds. And I'm like, it's 3 a.m. You know what, screw this, I'll just get up, I'll log in, I'll try to get those unbinds. And I log in, he gives me the name of the player, and I text that player, send a message, and he's like, hey, do you sell unbinds? And that player's like, yeah, I do. It's like, cool, do you accept like $30. Would you, oh my gosh, would you accept like $30 for, I don't know how much she had. She's like, no. Like, no, but I don't have the Flyff cash, whatever that was called back then. See something flying there. That was kind of a disappointment because I needed Undines. And I think like 2 days later I found out she sold them. So I'm like, oh no, you're the only person that I knew that was selling Undines. So eventually I kept talking with that person that was selling Undines. So little did I know that player was my future wife. If you already know my channel, you know I met my wife in Flyff for fun, and that's kind of how I met Sparkling Death, which is Kira, and Flyff for fun. It's one of those stories, like I was looking for an item, she didn't want to sell it to me because she didn't need actual cash, she needed in-game cash. And no, the rest is history. We started talking more and more, we started doing dungeons, we went to the same guild, we joined ICE basically the same day. And we were like best friends forever. And she always was my go-to person, and we were just kind of a dating in the game. I know it sounds ridiculous, and a lot of people are making fun of us because it's like, you can't date someone like that. But hey, we are now married for 3 years and we have a son. You know what? If you really want something and you work hard for it, you can achieve it. And this will be forever my #1 memory in Flyff for fun. I can say I met my wife in an online game. Crazy, right? So yeah, these are my top 5 best memories I have in Flyff for fun. Of course, I have a lot more, but I just wanted to put top 5 that are really staying with me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah. Yep. I actually didn't know how to end this video, so be safe out there, and I'll see you in the game.